studio production begins in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome to Community Foundation Spotlight. I'm Erica Joseph, President at the Community Foundation of the Eastern Shore, and we appreciate this opportunity on PAC 14 to highlight some of the wonderful work happening in our community with local nonprofits. And our guests are from the YMCA of the Chesapeake, Kevin Lescollette, Development Director, and Deanna Harrell, Group Executive. Thank you so much for joining.
Thanks for having us.
Now, I would imagine that most people viewing have heard the term YMCA many times in their life and hopefully have been involved in some of your programs. But for anyone who is new to the area or has not been engaged, tell me a little bit, Kevin, about our local YMCA.
Our local YMCA in general is more than just a gym. You know, people think that's all that we have. But I'll tell you, in the time that I've been working with this YMCA of the Chesapeake, I found out it's a social destination as well. It's a place where people can learn about healthy living, those lifestyles. It is an exercise. We have the gym, we have a pool, we have all kinds of physical activities that kids, seniors, families can get engaged with, and then programs that help people learn how to live a healthy lifestyle. So it's so much more than a gym, and it's a community in itself.
And it's a community that you can become part of just by joining with a membership, correct?
Yes.
So
yeah.
Deanna, tell me a little bit about that. If somebody's viewing and maybe drives by or hears about this today on our program, how do you become part of the YMCA family?
So my first suggestion would be to stop in and take a tour, because like Kevin said, it's so much more than what you see just looking at the outside of the building. So we did a large renovation in 2014. So there's a huge wellness center with a variety of cardio equipment and weight equipment. We have a huge gym in the back with basketball courts and pickleball courts, which that pickleball is huge and growing quickly. I'm sure
I hear many
people
talking about it.
Yeah,
yes.
Yep. And then of course we have an indoor and outdoor pool, but we also have so many programs going on. We have an early learning program. We do water safety for all the fourth graders in the county. There's active older adult programming and a ton of social events also. So you really need to come into the facility and take a look around and meet some of the staff and some of the other members to get a real idea of everything that there is to offer. But then we want to make it easy for everyone to join. So we have a sliding scale membership rate. So that's based on household income. But then we also have a program called Open Doors. So if you need additional assistance, then we want to make sure we work with you and that the membership meets your budget. But you can also customize the membership for whoever in your household plans to use it. So it's just one parent and kids, or parents and a grandparent that want to use it. We can customize it for everybody, and we just try to make it as easy as possible because we want you to be a member and to join with us.
And that accessibility, which is so important to figure out, how you can engage people, in all parts of our community. So thank you for making that effort. Now, Shoemaker Drive is where you all live, and when we ride by there's a lot of exciting things happening. You mentioned the renovation and the expansion, and so what's coming up?
So right now we're working on the new Donnie Williams Aquatic Center. So if you drive by, you're going to see huge mounds of dirt outside, but that's soon going to shape up into a really nice indoor warm water pool. So that pool is going to have more of a family play area with a zero depth entry, so little ones can be in there and play safely, and there'll be seating areas for parents, and there will also be a shallow area for our lessons for teaching both children and adults, and 2 lap lanes. So the water will be kept a little bit warmer, so I think it's going to be great for our families with younger children as well as our seniors.
Which is always, I remember when my own child was taking swimming lessons, sort of that little shock of cold,
Yeah, this will be nice and toasty warm.
And you mentioned the Donnie Williams name because they have made a significant contribution, but my guess is, just knowing how these projects go, that there's a need for additional support to sort of round out this vision. So Kevin, tell me a little bit about that.
That's right. We started a capital campaign a few years ago, and we finally, I think, have reached the end of this phase of the project. There, it was a $2.8 million project, and the Donnie Williams Foundation made a significant gift to make that happen. And so we've reached out to other organizations and families in the community who support us to get us to that point. And that's why we were able to break ground and make that happen. Beyond that facility itself, there's going to be another outdoor pool on the end of the building there, because the current outdoor pool is reaching the end of its lifespan. And then there'll be a pavilion on the backside of that too. So we're continuing to grow and continuing to get support, great support from our community to make these things happen.
And I know with nonprofit organizations, there's always a need for volunteers. There's always a need for more financial contributions and support. And there's always a need for awareness and engagement. So what's the easiest way for someone who wants to hear about what programs and services are being offered, in the current aquatics program? Where would they visit you?
And they would need to come take the tour, and we can certainly show them everything that we have there, talk about the 4th grade program, that we teach every kid, about water safety, because we live in such a water impactful area. We want to make sure that every kid is safe around the water.
I did that program when I was in the 4th grade. I grew up here.
It's phenomenal what these kids can do by the end of that program.
It's amazing to have that commitment and to have generations now of individuals that you have prepared for water safety.
Very true.
What are some of the new programs that you're currently offering, Deanna? I know you mentioned pickleball as an example of,
Right.
I just started hearing about that over the last couple of years. And, when you have such a diverse audience that you're, trying to cater to and keep pace with, I would imagine that there's a need to sort of, transition things and try new things and respond to inquiries for programs and services. So tell me about that.
Yeah, and I actually think that the YMCA owes a lot of its longevity to the fact that we're constantly trying to figure out what the community needs are and find a way to serve them. So it's always evolving, I feel. And most recently, we've got very involved in chronic disease prevention and management. We've got a great partnership with PRMC, so that certainly helps. But we've done a blood pressure management program, diabetes prevention, and we're also rolling out a Live Strong program, which is for cancer support. And these programs are so impactful, and I think part of our success is because the YMCA focuses so much time and effort on developing relationships and support. So someone can go to their doctor's office and they're going to get a prescription of what they need to do, but then to really get that more holistic approach of having a support network around you and people who understand what you're going through and can kind of help you take it step by step, that's really where the Y can step in and have some success with those programs.
Wonderful, and sort of that focus on wellness and not just maybe somebody comes to the gym, but there's so much more to wellness than just the exercise component.
Yeah. The social aspect and the support that folks get from each other at the Y is huge.
Excellent.
Yeah.
You're watching Community Foundation Spotlight. We're with YMCA of the Chesapeake. Kevin and Deanna are sharing all the wonderful, exciting things that are happening. Now, it'll be a little while, but summer camp is always a very big deal for the YMCA each year, as it is for kids throughout the community. And the Y has wonderful programs, but tell me about some of the things that are on the horizon.
Well, summer camp is big here at the Henson Family Y here in Salisbury, and it's big in all of our branches up and down the shore. But we have around 500 young people that attend our summer camp programs each summer, and Deanna can share some of the kinds of things that they do, and then I'll share something new that we're doing to expand that program.
Wonderful. And Kevin mentioned, up and down the shore, we're talking specifically about the one here in our area, but you have facilities throughout the region. Could you highlight that just in case somebody's happens to be watching who doesn't visit the Shoemaker location?
Yeah, we have facilities as far north as Cecil County and all the way down to Chincoteague. Easton, Cambridge, Denton, St. Michael's, Pocomoke. Did I forget anyone? I think I hit them. And so even with our camp, there's a lot of overlap, and different branches have different amenities. So right at Henson and Salisbury, we do run a traditional day camp, but we also run what is called Camp Outback, where we load up a bus of kids and take them to our lower shore branch in Pocomoke each day, because they have a beautiful pond, a spring-fed pond, nature trails, all kinds of zip lines, just tons of adventure type activities for the kids to do. We're also in the process of building residential cabins there as well. So summer of 2019 will be the first time that we can offer an overnight camp, which will be something that this area, really has been lacking. And I think the close proximity of Pocomoke to a lot of our other branches is a comfort to parents that can kind of give them a chance to sample what a residential camp is, but their kids are still somewhat nearby and still on the Eastern Shore. We also offer specialty camps with cooking and Legos and science themes, and even preschool camps. So there's really a diverse group of camps that are offered.
And when do you start doing registration for those, for parents who start planning ahead, because it's always so important to, you know, get a schedule down? When do you open those up?
Normally March registration opens for camp.
And is the Pocomoke site the one, do you do a fundraiser or an activity that involves kids and families and lots of mud? I have some recollection of that.
Yes, the mud run. Yeah, that always happens every summer, and that's a huge event for the shore.
It's been on our list, so
yeah,
we might
fun.
have to tackle that this year. So you had mentioned that there's some exciting things coming up related to summer camp, so I'd love to hear more.
There's a big name change coming to the camp here in Salisbury. It is going to be renamed after an icon here in Salisbury, Bob Cook. And so this summer, this camp here in Salisbury will be renamed Camp Cook, just in recognition of all that Bob has done for this community, and especially for the YMCA. So we're running a capital campaign right now to help do that, but to help launch as well the other outdoor pool and the pavilion that I mentioned before. So we're doing a friend-to-friend campaign just to help recognize Bob for all that he's done. And right now we're a little over halfway to that $500,000 goal that we've got. So we're reaching out to a lot of friends and family that Bob has touched over the years, and it's fun to be able to do that.
Well, and certainly a wonderful legacy to him and recognition, and he's done so many, recently being recognized with the Community Foundation's Humanitarian Award, and so certainly just a wonderful honor. So thank you for doing that for him.
Sure. Well, he was my Y Indian guide leader when I was back at 7 years old, so it's kind of fun to bring that full circle too.
Wonderful. Now, in the last minute or so that we have together, is there anything that we've missed that we want to make sure that viewers know about the YMCA and maybe in particular the local Henson branch?
I think that we just want people to come find out who we are, that we are more than just a gym, we are a community. And people really don't know until they come through the doors and talk to someone what we do offer there. As I walk in the mornings, I see the senior population there gathering, and they run special programs. They bring in speakers on nutrition and things like that for our seniors. So our seniors really engage well in our facility there, and in a lot of them across the shore. But that's exciting for me to see the seniors gather like that they are getting out. Mm-hmm. And then we see our young people coming in for the early learning program. So it's so diverse, and it's a community, and we just love our community.
And so for a first step, if they wanted to call or check your website to get a little more information, what can you share those with us?
Sure, they can call us at 410-749-0101, or they can reach us online at ymcaofthechesapeake.org.
Wonderful. Thank you, Kevin, and thank you, Deanna, for sharing some time with us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
You've been watching Community Foundation Spotlight. Visit the YMCA of the Chesapeake, the Henson location here on Shoemaker Drive in Salisbury, and learn more about how you can be part of the wonderful community that they've created. Thank you for watching.